It began on a quiet afternoon, the kind that feels heavy with memories, where dust floats in the sunlight and time itself seems to pause. Michael had returned to his childhood home after his mother's passing. She'd lived there for almost 50 years. Every creak in the floorboards, every framed photo on the wall, carried a story he thought he knew. He started cleaning her things, slowly, carefully, as though each object still held her touch. In the back of her dresser, he found an old wooden box, small, carved with his father's initials. Michael froze. His father had died when he was 12, or at least that's what he'd always been told. He opened the box. Inside was a folded envelope, yellowed with age, sealed, but never mailed. It was addressed in a familiar hand. To my son, Michael. His breath caught. He sat down slowly on the edge of the bed, the world narrowing to that one envelope. With trembling hands, he opened it. "My dear boy," it began, "by the time you read this, you'll know the truth. I didn't leave you. I was sent away." Michael frowned. Sent away? His mother had always said his father had died in an accident. But this letter, it told another story. "I made mistakes," the letter continued, "but I wanted to come home. Your mother thought it best I stay away, that you grow up believing I was gone." Michael's hands trembled. His heart pounded in his chest. "She lied," he whispered. He read on. "I forgive her. She did what she thought was right. But one day, when you're older, I hope you'll know I never stopped loving you." Tears filled Michael's eyes. 30 years. 30 years of believing his father had died, when in truth he'd been alive, somewhere, wanting to come back home. He turned the envelope over. On the back, there was a date, June 7th, 1994, 3 months after the supposed accident. And one more line, returned, refused by sender. Michael stood in silence. He walked to the window, staring out at the garden where his mother used to sit. The truth was there all along, buried, waiting to be found. That night he couldn't sleep. His mind replayed every conversation, every question he'd never asked. "Why would she hide this?" he whispered. "Why make me grow up without knowing?" The next morning he drove to the local library where his father's friend, Mr. Donnelly, still volunteered. When he showed him the letter, the old man's face went pale. "Michael, your father didn't die in an accident," Mr. Donnelly said quietly. "He went to prison." Michael's heart stopped. "For what?" he whispered. "Fraud," Donnelly said softly. "He took the blame for someone else, your uncle." Michael sat down, feeling the weight of years collapse around him. All the stories, all the shame. It had been built on a lie meant to protect. He closed his eyes and whispered, "You didn't lose me, Dad. You were stolen from me to be continued." Michael spent the next week searching through archives, newspapers, and old court records. Piece by piece, the truth came together. His uncle Robert, the man who'd raised him after his father died, had been the one who committed the fraud. His father had taken the fall to keep the family from being destroyed, and his mother, out of shame, had hidden the truth, telling her son a softer version of the story, one that hurt less but healed nothing. Michael sat at the old kitchen table, the letter beside him, the words blurred through his tears. He whispered, "You wanted me to know." But she couldn't let me. He folded the letter carefully and placed it in a new envelope. On the front he wrote, "To my daughter, Emily, open when you're ready to know the truth." History, he realized, doesn't have to repeat itself. Secrets break families. Truth, though painful, mends them. Later that month, Michael visited his father's grave for the first time in decades. He placed the letter there, beside a small bouquet of wildflowers, his mother's favorite kind. "You were right, Dad," he whispered. "Love can survive anything, even lies." The wind rustled through the trees. Somewhere he felt peace, the kind that only truth can bring. Moral: time can't bury the truth forever. Lies may protect us for a moment, but truth heals for a lifetime. Thank you for listening to The Letter Never Sent. Have you ever discovered a truth long after it was hidden? Share your story in the comments. It might help someone else find peace too. Subscribe for more heartfelt, true-to-life stories about love, forgiveness, and the power of truth. Until next time, remember, secrets fade, but love endures.